This video presents part 8 of the fourth sacrament, penance. Question 71. Having prepared properly for confession by an examination of conscience, by exciting sorrow, and by forming a good resolution, what do you do next? Answer. Having prepared properly for confession by an examination of conscience, by sorrow, and by a purpose of amendment, I will go to make an accusation of my sins to the confessor, in order to get absolution. Question 72. What sins are we bound to confess? Answer. We are bound to confess all our mortal sins. It is well, however, to confess our venial sins also. Question 73. Which are the qualities the accusation of sins, or confession, ought to have? Answer. The principal qualities which the accusation of our sins ought to have, are 5. It ought to be humble, entire, sincere, prudent, and brief. Question 74. What is meant by saying that the accusation ought to be humble? Answer. That the accusation ought to be humble means that the penitent should accuse himself to his confessor, without pride or boasting, but with the feelings of one who is guilty, who confesses his guilt, and who appears before his judge. Question 75. What is meant by saying that the accusation ought to be entire? Answer. That the accusation ought to be entire means that all mortal sins we are conscious of having committed since our last good confession must be made known, together with the circumstances and number. Question 76. What circumstances must be made known for the accusation to be entire? Answer. For the accusation to be entire, the circumstances which change the species of the sin must be made known. Question 77. Which are the circumstances which change the species of a sin? Answer. The circumstances which change the species of a sin are 1. Those by which a sinful action from being venial becomes mortal. 2. Those by means of which a sinful action contains the malice of 2 or more mortal sins. Question 78. Give an example of a circumstance making a venial sin mortal. Answer. If, to excuse himself, a man were to tell a lie and by doing so occasion serious harm to another, he would be bound to make known this circumstance, which changes the lie from an officious lie to a seriously harmful lie. Question 79. Give an example of a circumstance on account of which a single sinful action contains the malice of 2 or more sins. Answer. If a man were to steal a sacred object, he would be bound to accuse himself of the circumstance, which adds to the theft the malice of sacrilege. Question 80. If a penitent is not certain of having committed a sin, must he confess it? Answer. If a penitent is not certain of having committed a sin, he is not bound to confess it, and if he does confess it, he should add that he is not certain of having committed it. This video concludes part 8 of the fourth sacrament. The next video will present part 9 of the fourth sacrament.